let's try.
Alrighty then, let's do it.
April 17th. Let's rock and roll.
Let's get into it before our batteries die.
Before our batteries die. Okay.
Today is the low level battery situation.
April 17th. No harm, no foul.
No harm, no foul. Okay, that's interesting.
Okay. Today's quote is from Marcus Aurelius. Do away with the opinion, I am harmed, and the harm is cast away too. Do away with being harmed, and harm disappears.
That's very poetic. What can you translate this? Like,
yes, okay.
Don't think about
this is
it,
so
yeah.
cool. Okay. So it's basically if this, then this, and then if that, then this other thing. That's the logical phrasing. Do away with the opinion, I am harmed. So
do away.
That's
what I'm having.
Okay, so translating do away with the opinion I am harmed. Get rid of the thought that I don't like this. This is bad. I've been harmed. I've been injured by someone out there.
Get rid of thinking that you are harmed.
Yes, get rid of thinking that way.
Okay.
If you get rid of thinking that way, then the harm is cast away too.
It will disappear.
So the harm leaves. Do away with being harmed, aka if the harm leaves, then the harm disappears. It's gone. So he's basically Wayne Dyering this shit.
Yeah. That's exactly what
change the way you look at things. The things you look at change. Except for he was the original Wayne Dyer.
Well, exactly. Who original is who? That's very hard to know. But yeah, that reminds me of that same quote. Yeah, for sure. We need to first make the decision to start looking at the thing in a different way before that thing can actually change.
Yeah. Before you can have more of the thing that you want more of, or less of the thing that you want less of.
It has to start. It starts in there. Which was first, egg or a chicken? I don't know. But this one, it starts in there.
Yeah.
And then you see the change. It doesn't start with the change somehow, and now you're convinced that it's some other way.
Yeah,
right?
The change doesn't begin with reality and then you're like, I'll believe it when I see it. That's typically not the way that it works. There could be some sort of winning the lottery type of crazy good luck.
Yeah.
But if you want to get through life in the best way, it's like, okay, I have to change my mind first. And then what I'm struck about, because I've been working with this and change my mind on the bad things, but I also have to change my mind on the things I want more of. Yeah. Because the things I want more of in my life, I also don't have a really positive relationship with those things. And so
you not deserve them or something. Yeah.
My internal relationship with them is not this hunky-dory, everyone's a pal type of thing. There's a lot of fighting internally because it's why can't I have more money or more youth or, any of the things that I'm just sort of battling with internally right now. It's because I'm programmed mentally also around those things in a way that's keeping them away from me. And same thing with the bad things that I want less of. It's I have to change how I relate to them.
There was a little quote similar to this, the more you want it, how was it? The less you want, the more will come, right? That was kind of a lyric that I had, but that was also based on a quote that the more you want something, the further it will get from you. So then the logic is want it less, and then it will get closer to you, right? And then that actually does work. right? In some scenarios, like, hey, like if you're really trying so hard, it's like almost like it's out of your reach because you're like, there's this eagerness and this other thing in there that cannot be there before that thing is actually reached. So that has to be dropped. So you have to forget, like, okay, I'm never gonna maybe reach it, but I tried my best, and that's when you might reach it, right? Like you have to humble up or something in some way. We might say I'm humble, but that's humble to say like, well, no, I'm like that never happened type of a thing, and that's when you're actually getting closer to something that you. I'm not saying it's like a trick, but that's like another quote that this is similar to.
Yeah, there's like a lot of implications there. The whole thing about humility that's such a big lesson and so challenging. I was like remarking on that a few days ago. Yeah, which on April 11th was, if you want to learn, be humble. Okay.
Ryan time?
Let's do Ryan. A word can have multiple meanings. One usage can be harsh and another might be completely innocent. The same word can mean a cruel slur or a pile of sticks. In the same way, something said sarcastically differs drastically from something that was pointed and mean. The interpretation of a remark or a word has an immense amount of power. It's the difference between a laugh and hurt feelings. The difference between a fight breaking out and two people connecting. This is why it is so important to control the biases and lenses we bring to our interactions. When you hear or see something, which interpretation do you jump to? What is your default interpretation of someone else's intentions? If being upset or hurt is something you'd like to experience less often, then make sure your interpretations of others' words make that possible. Choose the right inference from someone's actions or from external events, and it's a lot more likely that you'll have the right response.
So I can be hurt only when I'm misunderstanding
their intention.
Their intention. Now their intention could be trying to hurt me, but the hurt is only actually created when I understand it like that. When I say it is like that, I could see it like, yeah, because sometimes that happens to me all the time, right? Like I'm joking about something and it like gets interpreted as like what are you saying? Like what? That's crazy, right? Like it's like serious. I'm like, and it would be like, no, I was trying to make this joke or something, right? So it's like it's kind of hitting on that, a little bit. So.
Well, you're the victim in that whole thing.
Yeah. I'm the victim of because how I'm interpreting.
No, I'm just saying because somebody else is misinterpreting your intentions. That's what I'm saying is making you a victim.
Right. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, I like the flavor that Ryan is giving to this, which is sort of that like, whenever I'm thinking that I'm being harmed, I'm kind of like dehumanizing the other person in some regard because I'm purposefully ignoring their whole internal world, and
they're trying they're trying to hurt me. Like internally they go, I'm gonna go hurt this person. Like who has ever had this happen to them?
Right. Like we've maybe have act out of revenge.
You might hurt someone by a stupid mistake or something.
Or we might even do it purposefully out of revenge.
But that's also very rare.
But where that's coming from is usually coming from a place of I'm feeling hurt and I don't know how to talk about this. Yeah. And so if I knew how to talk about this, I would make a different choice rather than hurt you back. Yeah. But it's not
I don't know how to deal with it.
It's not coming from this ultimate place of I want to hurt other people. It's coming from a place of I want to protect myself and I've already been hurt. And so a lot of people's evil behavior, or something that I might read as
is actually they're protecting
It's
themselves.
they're hurt, they're feeling insecure, they're feeling any number of things that pulls them into a protective mode, and so now they're behaving in a certain way. And so I have to get out of the frame of mind that they are harming me or harming somebody else, because that's not what's going,
that's not possible.
It's not mapping back to something inside of that person.
Right.
Because what's going on in that person is this hurt that they're trying to process.
They're trying to process it, and then they may be processing it in a way where it's easy for the listener to pick it up onto themselves and say, I'm hearing that you are telling something, and now I'm hurt. And it's like...
It creates a feedback.
It creates kind of like a feedback loop, and now you have aka call it a disagreement.
A fight. Yeah.
So yeah, be careful of those. Yeah.
That's
being careful of that.
That's really a difficult assignment.
Yeah.
But I did get a little bit deeper understanding of it today in terms of how critical it is to get out of that frame of mind, because I can't connect with another person or do anything productive if I'm feeling harmed by them. I can't control whether they feel harmed by me or whether they feel harmed by anyone. That's none of my business. But I can't live my life feeling harmed.
Perfect place to end.
Thank you. And thank you for watching. And should I thank the batteries?
Thank the batteries, they survived.
The batteries survived! Thank you, batteries.